What's that smell? Spring is in the air. The smell of pigskin. Spring ball is back, baby. And West Virginia has started spring practice, and there's a quarterback battle going on in Morgantown. Let's talk about it. What is up, college sports fans, fellow members of Mountaineer Nation? This is Couz, and welcome to yet another edition of Couz's Corner, where you can just come in, sit back, relax, make yourself at home, and let me pour you out a shot of top-shelf college sports content, and today it's college football. We're talking West Virginia Mountaineer quarterback battle. Neal Brown had his opening spring ball press conference yesterday. I'm recording this video on March 23rd. This was on March 22nd. He talked about how all three guys on the roster right now, Garrett Greene, Goose, Crowder, and Nicco Marchiol, are going to get equal opportunities through the spring. They're going to get equal reps to work with the ones because it's a wide-open battle right now. There's nobody that is really in the lead to be the starting quarterback right now, at least in his mind. So all three guys are going to get a shot. New offensive coordinator Graham Harrell has not gotten to see these guys play yet, so this will be his first opportunity. So that now, will one of these guys separate themselves through the spring? I highly doubt it. I think it'll probably be, near the beginning of the season before they name a quarterback, or at least sometime during fall camp. But right now, the job's up for grabs. I'm going to talk about all three of these quarterbacks. I want you to let me know in the comments which guy do you think ends up landing the job, and who do you think is the starting quarterback on day one of the season for the West Virginia Mountaineers when we go to Pittsburgh to take on our heated rival, the Pitt Panthers. Let's look at Garrett Greene first. Garrett Greene's a 5'11", 195-pound sophomore out of Tallahassee, Florida. Last year, he was the backup to Jarret Doege. He threw the ball 26 times, well, 16 out of 26 for 147 yards. He also ran the ball 47 times for 306 yards, which is 6.5 yards per carry, had 4 touchdowns on the ground. We all know Garrett Greene was a run-first guy last year. Neal Brown talked about how he struggled to read defenses because he hadn't had a lot of experience had not had a lot of experience doing that in high school and had not progressed to the point he thought he should have last season. He thought he would be able to compete with Doege for the starting spot last year, but he wasn't able to just because he couldn't read defenses the way he needed to. Could not go through his progressions right. And we kind of saw it in games. His first read wasn't there. He would tuck the ball and run. Neal Brown actually got mad at him a time or two, and we saw him yelling at Garrett on the sidelines because he wasn't doing what he's supposed to do. He was a little bit fumble-prone last year, but that's something that can be fixed. We all know a lot of the players last year as well. When asked about Garrett Greene, they talked about his leadership ability. Even though he was only a freshman at the time and was the backup quarterback, they said he had great leadership skills. The guys really gravitated towards him, so that could mean a lot. That means a lot to this new offensive coordinator, Graham Harrell. He talks about it extensively in interviews. He looks for guys with leadership ability and guys with moxie, and I think Garrett Greene has that. Then you've got Will Goose Crowder. Will Goose Crowder is a redshirt freshman, 6'2", 215, out of Gardendale, Alabama. He only threw 2 passes last year because he was redshirting. Harold talks about Will Crowder's presence. He hadn't had a chance up until now, had not had a chance to see Crowder throw the ball in person, but he loved his presence when he got to meet with him, thought he had the it factor. Also, I was actually listening to the Country Roads Confidential podcast on Ear Sports with Chris Anderson and Mike Kazaza, and they were talking about apparently the wide receiver room last year was split on who should have been the starting quarterback between Garrett Greene and Jarret Doege. A lot of the guys wanted Greene to be the starter last year. But another thing that he said that a lot of them mentioned when I guess interviewing them off the record was they liked the way Will Crowder spun the football. They said a lot of the receivers said that Will Crowder actually threw the best ball of any of the quarterbacks on the roster last year. And we've heard Neal Brown talk about how good of a throw Goose Crowder has. So is Goose Crowder the dark horse? We've not heard a lot about him winning the job necessarily. It's mostly been Nicco, who I'll get to in a minute, or Garrett Greene. But Goose Crowder could be the dark horse to win the starting job this year at West Virginia. Guys, if you like what you're hearing right now, I ask that you please hit that red subscribe button. If you like these kind of videos, I do several of these a week. Mostly touch on college football. We'll do a little college basketball, West Virginia related once in a while. Also, if you like this video, please give me that thumbs up button. It really helps that YouTube algorithm. Then you've got Nicco Marchiol, the incoming highly touted freshman out of Chandler, Arizona, 6'2", 216 pounds. He's got the size. He's got the height. He played really good competition in high school. He's a 4-star recruit. He's already got the talent, but he is a true freshman. It's very rare that a true freshman can step in a starting role at a Power 5 school and be successful. We've seen it happen, but it's rare. Does he have what it takes? He's getting a fair shot. He did enroll early, so he will be in Morgantown for spring ball. So he will get a chance to compete with Goose and with Garrett for that starting nod. Will he be able to win the job? We will see. And don't forget, West Virginia is also pursuing J.T. Daniels in the transfer portal. He's supposed to visit Morgantown soon, sometime this spring. Well, it'll be interesting to see if West Virginia offers him and if he accepts the offer. And will it push these other 3 guys even harder to compete even harder in the spring? Because when they see this highly touted transfer, former 5-star recruit coming in from the national champion winning Georgia Bulldogs, will they up their game and play even better because they know that JT Daniels is watching and they're being pushed to play harder? Personally, I think all 3 of these guys, or at least for Garrett and Nicco, who I know a little bit more about and we've heard a little bit more about, I think they have the moxie to use that as motivation, and also think they have the confidence in themselves. And I think Will Crowder does too. We haven't heard a lot about him, but I do think, based on what Graham Harrell said about him, he's got the same thing. And don't forget, Emory Jones is in the portal too, so does West Virginia go after him? It'll be interesting to see. So, guys, let me know once again in the comments, who do you think wins the starting quarterback job for West Virginia? Do you think it's do you think it's Garrett Greene? Do you think it's Will Crowder? Do you think it's Nicco? Or do you think they bring JT or somebody else in from the portal who ends up landing the job? I'm going to give you my honest opinion right now, and I've changed my opinion in the last couple of weeks because I've seen some clips of Garrett Greene throwing the football. I think Garrett Greene ends up winning the job, and here's why. Number one, I think he's got the moxie. I think he's got the leadership skills. I think a lot of the players are already going to gravitate towards him as the leader, de facto leader, because he's already shown that ability in that huddle and in that locker room last year. And I think they like the guy. I really think he's got the respect of his teammates. And I think he's going to, he's been working with QB Country, a quarterback coach. Go check out the clips on Twitter, QB Country. He's really spinning the football, puts good touch on the football, throws a really tight spiral. And let's not forget, his running ability opens up a whole new plethora of options. Even though their air raid is really focused on doing a few things great and not necessarily a lot of things good, when you add a quarterback in that can run the football, it just adds a whole other dimension to that. And I think that Garrett Greene at the end of the day ends up winning the starting quarterback job unless, there's a caveat, unless they bring JT Daniels in. If West Virginia lands JT Daniels, I think he wins the job because he's already familiar with Graham Harrell's system. He's already got experience at the Power 5 level against tough competition. And I think he's perfect for the air raid system because of his ability to make reads really fast and get rid of the ball really fast. And that's what it takes in an air raid. He's got it. He's proven that he's got it because he's already played under Graham Harrell a year at USC. And I think he'll win the job if he gets here. But of the 3 guys currently on the roster, I think Garrett Greene has a leg up, and I think he ends up winning the job at the end of the day. And I'd be okay with that. I'm okay with whoever they choose. As long as they pick the best guy for the job, I'll be okay with it, and I'll trust Graham Harrell's decision. Once again, who do you think wins the job? I ask that you please check out the links in the description box. Bet US. If you want to bet, it's March Madness time. I know this is a football video, but we're in the middle of March Madness right now. A lot of great games going on. If you're a bettor, if you like to gamble, go to Bet US in the link below. Place your bets on March Madness or any other sport you want to place your bets on. Use that link. It'll help me out, help me grow my channel. I'll get a small commission from it. Also, you can buy your Fanatics gear, whether you're a West Virginia fan, whether you're, whatever team you're a fan of. You can get your Fanatics gear with the link below, or go to Amazon, to your Amazon shopping, buy your favorite sports memorabilia, your favorite sports apparel, whatever it is, with that link. Look, you don't have to buy the item that pops up with that link, or the Fanatics link for that matter. All that does is get you to the site. If you use that link, get on the site, and then search for whatever you want, I'll still get credit for it, and it doesn't cost you any extra to do that, folks. It doesn't cost you a dime extra. You're still going to pay the same price you would have always paid, but it just helps me out. Fanatics or Amazon will give me a little bit of a cut of the commission. That's it. Doesn't cost you a dime. But if none of those things appeal to you and you still want to support me, hit that red subscribe button, hit that thumbs up button, or heck, if you thought this video sucked, you can hit the thumbs down button too. I don't care. But all those things help me out. The comments help me out, helps my channel get more recognition on YouTube. Once again, I appreciate you tuning in to Couz's Corner. And as always, Q Country Roads.